let y'all know this is my second time doing this. That first video was funny as fuck, but god damn. What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Scott, and we're here for another review of Chasing Atlanta Season 4, Episode 2. So let's get right on into it. So, it opens up with Q, my baby daddy, in my head. With that caramel skin, with that built-ass body, with that bald head. My baby daddy. He has a new job with Sony Music as an A&R, and if you guys don't follow him, trust me, he been talking about this before the cameras even started rolling, so I already knew that he had this job. So right now, he has an underground, basically like an underground showcase with a bunch of underground artists that's out there to showcase their music for the people from Sony. And one of the artists that's up there is Chasing Atlanta cast member, brand new cast member by the name of Rico, who's also from North Carolina, just like Q. So Rico is a light-skinned, nice-looking guy, long hair, nice beard, and he's out here performing, and he actually got a little bit of skill from what I saw up there. So I'm going to hear more of what he got going on. So after he performs, him and Q go outside and they meet up, and Q got on this damn trench coat all bundled the fuck up. It must have been real goddamn cold at this point in time, you know what I'm saying? So they're talking about being from North Carolina, him getting into the music industry, and him being around gay guys. Now Q is offering to bring Rico around this circle because, you know, Rico has never really been around a bunch of gay guys at one time. So Q is gonna, you know, send out his hand and bring them around and, you know, hook him up with certain people in certain aspects and all of that other stuff. And Rico was all down for it. So shout out to Q for doing his thug thizzle with his fellow North Carolinian, if that's a term. But 9 times out of 10 it ain't. So we see Cameron, who got on my goddamn shirt. This is my fucking shirt. I wore it first. My shirt. Keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Which is why I'm doing this shit for a second time. But anyway, I'm still surprised that they brought Cameron ass back. Cameron, I'm surprised that you back because the way Scott drugged your ass for filth at that damn picnic table last season, I'm surprised that they brought you back. I'm surprised that you even came back after the way he drugged your ass. But hey, it is what it is. Welcome back, love. Welcome back. So he meets up with Dominique, and they talk about the circle and the people that he knows. So at this point, Dominique only knows Lauren and Oliver. Now, when he calls Oliver's name, Cameron immediately starts winding up his drink because he got a little bit of tea on Oliver, but it really ain't no real tea. It's just the things that he's heard. He heard that Oliver is messy as hell, and he would say that you need to get to know Oliver on your own. I don't really know him like that. We really ain't had no interaction, but at the same point in time, you know what I'm saying? I heard some fucked up shit about Oliver, so if I were you, I would watch my back and I would tread lightly. But, you know, I don't really have no issue with him. Yeah, he threw a little bit of shade at me here and there, but it really don't mean shit because we're not friends. But at the same time, I would suggest that you watch your back. Pretty good advice, honestly. And I love Oliver, but that's pretty good advice to give somebody who just asks you some shit. And he asked about Lauren, and then Cameron says that him and Lauren have this love-hate type of relationship. He's had his mamas with Lauren, but he cool with Lauren. But then Dominique said, well, you know, my sister stayed with Lauren. My sister worked with Lauren. My sister had an issue with Lauren and his boyfriend, which led to Lauren firing my sister and Lauren getting kicked out the house. So I need to address the situation to make sure everything is right because it don't sit well with me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Dominique coming in like Sheree Whitfield in this bitch. And one thing about Dominique, and two things for sure, he is killing that damn confessional look, looking like a gay ass Batman. But at the same time, when he got that puppy in his damn arm while he in the confessional, it don't do shit but remind me of how KK, Karen King on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta used to have that fucking puppy in her arm in her confessional. So shout out to Dominique giving you a little bit of Batman versus KK from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You better do it, bitch. So then we see Travis. We're introduced to Travis now. He's obviously a person who has an extensive resume. He's worked with a lot of different people in the industry, okay? And I can see him being on the radio. Like, I can really hear that voice on someone's radio show, a morning show at that. And he even mentioned that he loved Ricky Smiley, Tom Joyner, because everybody knows who the fuck Tom Joyner is. Bitch, I grew up listening to the Tom Joyner Morning Show, bitch. Like, Tom Joyner even had a soap opera on his morning show called It's Your World. And anytime we heard this right here, it's your world. Hey, don't you know you can't fake it? Da-da-da-da-da. It's your world. Bitch, we knew we was late for school anytime we heard that. At the same time, like I said, I can hear him on the radio, and I can see him being an up and coming Tom Joyner. That'll be good because he got the voice from it. Like, even the way he introduced himself, he got that. I can really hear him on the radio. And he does this interview with these two different guys, and then he gets his ass stuck in a chair when Q called him. When Baby Daddy calls, everything gets stuck. And him and Q obviously know each other. They both do the same damn thing and running the same damn entertainment circles and all this other stuff. And Q said that he wants to bring him around the group, but even invites him to a fucking Christmas party that he ain't gonna be at. What type of shit is that, Q? How the fuck you invite somebody somewhere to where you ain't even gonna be at? That don't make no sense. Motherfucker, if you invite me to any goddamn thing and you ain't gonna be there, I ain't going. So then Lauren makes her dramatic exit and goes to motherfucking Corona Valley, China. So go on, Lauren. Go on to China by your damn self and get that self-love and perseverance that you fucking need. That peace and quiet and egg roll and noodles that you need, bitch. Everybody needs to, you know, get it in some kind of way, child. So Rico and Oliver meet up, and they start connecting over Artistry because they're both gay men that do hip-hop music. And Oliver starts talking about putting out his own original music because everybody always give him hell about doing remixes. But why? That's what most underground artists would do that back in the day, like remix a bunch of songs and put it on a mixtape. You know, that's what a lot of artists would do, and they still do it now. So why is this such a big deal? But him and Rico bond over there. Rico was talking about how he's from North Carolina and how he decided to move here and uproot his life and how hard it was for him. And he came here for better opportunities because there's not many opportunities in North Carolina. And being a person that's from a place that doesn't have many opportunities, especially for a man that's black and especially for a man that's also gay. I'm from Mississippi. It's always going to be a red state. And it's always going to be behind on a lot of things. We are behind on education. We're behind on health. We're behind on every damn thing. We're always the last on the list for everything. We're just not changing our state flag from that racist ass Confederate flag. So we're always going to be behind on a lot of things. Me doing what I'm doing, like doing vlogs, doing celebrity gossip, doing a podcast. If I want to make it big and do bigger things in a big way, then I would have to move away from where I'm at, which is Mississippi. And that's one thing I've never wanted to do. I've always loved where I'm from. I've always loved my family, my friends. I've never wanted to leave. And the older I get, the more I realize that if I really, really want to prosper, I would have to get away from Mississippi. And that's really sad that you have to leave where you from, leave your home just to make it. But I know that if I want to make it the way I want to make it, I would have to leave. And there's just no ends and ands or buts or qualms about it. But it's difficult to uproot your life when you're used to a certain type of thing. Like, you're used to your family. You're used to your friends. And I'm very family oriented. Like, I love my family, especially my cousins. I love to be around them. And me being hours away from them, like not being able to go around the corner to my grandma's house, or not being able to go around the block to my cousin's house, or not being able to meet up with my cousins for lunch every other Wednesday. Like, that shit gonna be tough for me if I ever leave. So I totally understand. Then Rico starts talking about his awkwardness when it comes down to the gay crowd and gay community. And I totally understand because I go through that myself. Which is why I don't understand why when these conversations are being had, a lot of gay men be upset about it. But why be mad when it's the fucking truth? I've spoken about the way that I don't connect or fit in with a lot of gays. I've totally said that. I have one group of gay friends that I love dearly. That's Tay, that's Sammy, that's DeVars, that's Carlos, that's Jamar, that's Jamel, that's Reggie, and that's Uni. That's Derek, that's Henry, that's Chris, that's Ramon, just to name a few. And you know, those are the only people that I know. They had to get to know me in order to like me. You know, like when I first came out, and I started going to the gay bars, like I didn't get a good reception. The only time I got good reception is when a nigga wanted to holler at me. But other than that, like the girls, they didn't like me. Even when I would go to a house party or something like that, and it was full of like gays, like nobody wanted to engage with me. Like I'll walk in and I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? And it just would be uncomfortable the entire night. And I'm guessing it's because when I'm around a group of new people, I'm very quiet. I don't know people like that. So when I'm around, I'm very quiet. I don't really have much to say. And it's not to be disrespectful. It is not to be mean, but I don't know y'all. So I don't know what y'all give. So I got to sit around and I got to observe before I really open up. And that's just what it is. So then they started talking about Q. And Oliver was like, well, you know, me and Q used to be friends. And Q is hurt by Oliver's hurt by Q. Obviously, he's hurt by Q. I can honestly tell. And him being an Aquarius like me, when we hurt by someone that we consider our friend, bitch, we are hurt about it. And it's hard to get over it because especially when we didn't do shit, like it's hard for us to really sit back and just try to let it go or try to muster up the courage to have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like I know exactly where Oliver coming from. But other than that, Oliver decides to invite Rico on stage with him when he performs at Pride. So that is a great thing. And also Rico accepts the invitation. So now, little miss, the disrespect you gave was enough. It's filming her video for Free Lil Kendra. And baby, I must say that song is lit. Like, she might need a little bit of work on her delivery, but the song itself is lit. That song is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that beat sounds just like that song that SWV did with Snoop Dogg and Dogg on their third album, Release Some Tension. The name of that song was called Getting Funky, and I think they sampled a West Coast rap song in that song anyway. I cannot think of what it is, but I knew that's what it sounded like. I couldn't point it out when I first did the review, because this is my second fucking time doing it. But however, I knew that beat from somewhere. It sounded very familiar, but it's cool though. I like it. When the pain comes in, and they start talking about the discrimination situation that Lil Kendra went through. Like, she said Free Lil Kendra's supposed to be now. But being that they had some trouble with the music video and the person that was supposed to do it, he said that he didn't want to do the video because she was trans. That was so fucked up. That was so fucked up to do. You know what I mean? Like, very fucked up. Why do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why even do that? And my thing about it is, like, I know exactly where she coming from. Because it's like this for me. I'm from like I said, I'm from a small community, small town, hood, country, all that good shit. And there's a lot of local rappers around here. And a lot of people around here know that I do YouTube. So as I've always done, like just like I extend my hand to up and coming YouTubers like Jamie That's Me and House of Aaron and people like that, I want to do that for local rappers around here because a lot of them can rap. And I even DM'd somebody one time and they never responded. And I think it has a lot to do with me being gay. Like, a lot of them don't want to work with gay motherfuckers. Like, it's even like niggas around here that cut hair. Like, during the pandemic, I wanted so badly to get my eyebrows done or shaped up or something. You know what I'm saying? And someone suggested this guy I went to high school with to do it because he cuts hair. And when he cut hair, he shaped your eyebrows up. When I asked that man to do it, he did not want to do it. Like he didn't even respond. Like, all because a nigga gay. Like, straight up. Homophobic as a motherfucker. I'm never gonna beg nobody to take my money or my time. Period. So that's you losing out on money. It ain't me. I don't give a fuck. So I understand where Lil Kendra coming from, but that's just the way life is, child. They are going to be ignorant to what you got going on, trust me. So Oliver visits iHeartMedia and does an interview, and he's here to promote a new song that he got coming out called Sugar with some girl. I don't remember who it is. That's no disrespect because I don't remember what her name was. But he starts talking about his music, and not only does he talk about his music, but he talks about his broken friendship with Q, and he starts spilling all the tea about that little situation right there. And he even said that he felt like he did this interview and started talking about Q just so Q can hear the interview and so Q can get so he can get Q's attention. Being that Q already been ignoring his text messages, for Oliver to take it to the radio will kind of set Q off, and that's normally how it would go. Like, Q would get set off by hearing it on the radio because it would set me off. But sometimes, and I don't agree with what Oliver is doing, like taking it to the radio. I don't think that's cool. But at the same time, it's like this. If a motherfucker ignoring you and you trying to talk to him about the situation and you trying to see what's going on, they're not talking to you, then sometimes you do have to take drastic measures. But, I mean, I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. So Q moves to LA, and as he's moving to LA, we start talking about the late, great, and gay Ty Couture. Ty Couture was one of my favorite YouTubers, gay YouTubers at that. He did great reviews on these shows, did great interviews on these shows. And I did adore his relationship with Mike. I used to be jealous because I wanted Mike for myself, but that's another story. But I talked about Ty Couture last year when he committed suicide. And what's crazy to me is today is, what's today? As I filmed this, today is the 4th. November the 5th was the day that I, myself, went down that road and contemplating suicide on November the 5th, where I decided that I was going to take my own life. November the 5th. It's funny that we're talking about this now. So I understand, and seeing Q's reaction and the way that he felt about it, it just makes me feel better that I made the decision that I made to still be on this earth, because you never know how you're affecting other people when you take your own life. Like, you would never know. You would never know because you will be gone, so you don't know. So rest in peace to Ty Couture, and shout out to Q for even acknowledging him on the show, and shout out to the show for even acknowledging that. So rest in peace to Ty Couture. Now before I go, there's two things that I noticed that I gotta call out. In the scene with Cameron and Dominique, there was a mask on. So that was obviously during the time where Corona had just started. But on some parts of the episode, we talking about Christmas parties and what's going to happen in 2020. What the fuck y'all got going? But with that being said, you guys, this is B-Boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to follow me on all my social media, which will be at the bottom alongside my GoFundMe for me and Jamar's podcast fundraiser. We're trying to raise $1,200. The last time I checked, it was at $430. Jamar made this GoFundMe so you guys can donate. If you can donate, please do so. It doesn't matter what you put in there. Just do whatever you can, honey. Just do whatever you can. We're trying to do big things. We just need one more essential thing to make our podcast be what it needs to be for your viewing, well, for your listening pleasure at that, okay? So with that being said, you guys, I'm out of here until my next video. I'll talk to y'all later. Happy birthday, Jamar. Happy 30th birthday, bitch. I'm out here, y'all. Peace.